When it comes to first, second, and even some third-generation idols, you're more bound to encounter rags to riches stories, like those of IU, BTS's Suga, Dobang Shingi's Yoonho and Jaejung, and Big Bang's Taeyong, among others. Despite the financial crisis at the time though, many idols from these generations also came from wealthy backgrounds and still chose to start as ordinary trainees to pursue their dreams of becoming idols. Super Junior Siwon, for example, is known as one of the wealthiest idols. Both of his parents are successful in their fields, with his father especially standing out. Choi Ki-ho, his dad, worked at both Hanwha Group and Hanwha Distribution before becoming the CEO of the pharmacology company Boryang Medicine. He also used to oversee a brand for innerwear, but he passed it over to Siwon's mom. His family also owns the Hyundai Department Stores, which is a major department store chain in South Korea. The members of Super Junior often told stories about Siwon allowing them to use his expensive skincare products when they were trainees. Lee-tuk also often mentions an instance in which he was giving Siwon a ride home, and the latter asked to be dropped off in the back building. Lee-tuk said, "When I asked why, he said his place in the front building was undergoing an interior renovation, so he is staying at his place in the back building." What's even more impressive is that both of his parents descended from royal families. His father is a descendant of King Toljong the 25th, while his mother's family are descendants of King Hyojong. A commenter put it best when they said that you can see that Siwon's family is not ordinary just by looking at him, as he has a high-class appearance. Another idol that gets mentioned alongside Siwon when it comes to having rich parents is former Jaeon member and now actor Hyungsik. In an episode of Radio Star, fellow Jaeon member Kwang Hee joked that Hyungsik was so rich that he couldn't care less about which member became popular first. To explain himself better, Kwang Hee claimed that Hyungsik's dad is the CEO of a foreign car company starting with B, which is believed to be BMW. However, Hyungsik later clarified that his father wasn't the CEO, but a board member of the company. He even went on to say that he asked his father what position he held in the company and whether he was a board member. His father then ended up showing him his business card after getting flustered and told him not to mention him too much. Turns out that Kwang Hee was just exaggerating the story to make Hyungsik more known to the public. Well, we can definitely say that it worked. While all the idols we mentioned so far are very rich, none of them have earned the nickname Prince in their home countries, except for 2PM's Nickhoon. Even though Nickhoon has greatly contributed to his home country, Thailand, his nickname Thai Prince stems largely from his wealthy family background. His mother just happens to be the CEO of Union Medical, which is one of the biggest pharmaceutical importers and distributors in Thailand, but it's not known whether she still holds this position. Another proof of Nickhoon's wealth is in an interview of CLC member Sorn, in which she said, "Nickhoon doesn't talk about it on TV, but everyone in Thailand knows how rich he is." Now that's a modest man. B2B Sonjae's family is also full of successful businessmen and entrepreneurs, which has put him on the list of idols who have wealthy parents. His father leads an IT company specializing in semiconductors, which earned approximately $9 million in 2019. Adding to his family's achievements, his maternal grandfather was the pioneer who introduced imported silk red carp to Korea, which his maternal grandmother manages a large fishing farm in Paju. Rumor also has it that Songjae's uncle owned a company called SpaceMax with a market value of $69 billion. What a family, huh? Vivi's Eunji could also be considered a golden spoon, considering the job and wealth of her dad. According to the host of Rumor Has It, Eunji's father owns a well-known chain of dental offices across Korea and is one of the most sought-after dental surgeons in South Korea. Her father operates 43 dental offices, 9 in Seoul, 12 in Gyeonggi-do, 9 in Incheon, 1 in Chongcheong-do, 7 in Jeolla-do, and 7 in Gyeongsang-do. Eunji's dad also seems to be very proud of his daughter and all she has done, because when you visit the official website of his business, you can see plenty of pictures and autographs of the G-Friend members. However, it doesn't mean that Eunji let her socioeconomic status get to her head. In fact, she had once used her parents' credit card, with their permission of course, to treat her fellow former G-Friend members to a meal when they were trainees. Twice actually have 2 golden spoons in their group, both of which are foreign members. Mina's father, Akira Myoi, holds a prominent position as a leading surgeon at Osaka University Hospital. He also served as the director of the Future Medical Development Center at Osaka University's Faculty of Medicine. We could get into his full list of achievements, but we would be here all day. As for Tui, we can say that her parents are pretty versatile. They used to be pretty successful before Tui even debuted, as they were known for having a large night market business. The two later invested about $2 million in 3 hospitals in Taiwan, and even started a plastic surgery business. To add to all of that, her mother also owns a cafe in their home country, which is pretty successful. That's what we call versatile. Uju Sonyeon Soobin shared her family's history for the first time time when she appeared on the variety show Father and I with her dad. In the show, it was revealed that her father was none other than Park Tae-hyun, who's an executive at SM Entertainment. To be more exact, he's the general director of media at the company and the head of the management department at SM's television subsidiary SM-CNC. Before his involvement in the entertainment industry, he was a wrestling athlete and wrestled with TV host and comedian Kang Ho-dong. This is when the two became close, and when the latter entered the entertainment industry, Park Tae-hyun ended up becoming his manager and still is to this day. He also manages host Jun Hyun-moo and variety star So Jung-hoon. But if her father holds such an important position in one of the biggest companies in the industry and manages such famous people, how come people didn't know that Soobin is his daughter? According to Park Tae-hyun, he didn't want to disclose his job since he didn't want to distract from Soobin's activities as an idol. It's cute how close the two are, with Soobin revealing that he's very supportive of her career and that they're more like friends than father-daughter. They watch K-dramas together and talk about everything. NCT's Yang is also known for coming from a wealthy background. Well, a few members of NCT are, but let's focus on Yang for today. Even if neither the company nor Yang ever confirmed what his parents did for a living, there were plenty of hints that he grew up rich. He lived in Germany ever since he was in 4th grade and mentioned that his family owns a house in London, which is not a cheap city to live in. They also have a house in Taiwan, which his mom has posted several times, and one in Germany. There was also a Chinese interview in which the members were asked on who they would rather travel with. To this, Ween answered with Yang, saying that he's good with languages, and jokingly referred to him as a walking ATM. For Ween, who is actually pretty rich on his own, to call Yang a walking ATM must mean that Yang is on another level of wealth. Well, that's basically what this is. His dad is the chairman and CEO of AdLink, which is a company specializing in creating and producing products for embedded computing, testing, and measurement and automation. The company is so big that it brought in $350 million in revenue in 2019. Knowing this, it's not surprising that Yang's family owns homes in different countries, or that he was referred to as a walking ATM. Hypen's Jay is also on another level of wealth. For starters, he used to live in Seattle, Washington until he was 10, which again is not a cheap city to live in. In addition to that, Heesung once recalled going on vacation and said that Jay paid for everything, including the 7-star hotel that they were staying in. It was in the same interview that Jay revealed that the expenses weren't as much since his father ran a travel agency, which shocked everyone. It turns out that his dad runs Shinar Tour Brunei, a travel company that began chartering flights between South Korea and Brunei in 2015 due to the lack of direct flights. Additionally, his father invested in travel agencies in the US and Canada. Being the only child of the owner of a travel agency certainly has its perks, as TXT's Taehyun recalled seeing him wear expensive jewelry while Taehyun was practicing in stretched out clothes. He has always shown to be humble and hardworking despite his background though, which is what's most important. We can't end the video without mentioning idols Uki and Mini. When it comes to Uki, netizens knew that she was wealthy to some degree considering the pricey clothes that she wears all the time. Her family is also known to reside in a luxurious apartment located in an upscale neighborhood in Beijing, and Uki herself attended Beijing 101 High School, renowned for its elite status in China. It has been rumored that Uki's parents are actually very influential politicians, but this hasn't been confirmed. Mini's background was also very surprising to netizens, as it was reported that her family belongs to Thailand's Haisalt, which is a name used to refer to the rich and powerful traditional families of the country. They're in fact so elite that you need to have about $7 million in assets to be a part of it. However, when you learn more about the jobs of their family members, you won't be surprised in the slightest why her family is part of the high society. Mini's father serves as the president of Bangkok's YMCA group, while her mother manages a luxurious resort and pursues her passion as a pianist. Her extended family is just as impressive, as her uncle is renowned Thai classical pianist and composer Nat Yon Taradak, and her grandparents run a luxury resort. The Thai princess also has some royal blood in her, as her aunt just happens to be the granddaughter of the last king of Lana and is also a famous actress. Guess she wasn't kidding when she said born rich, not interested in money, and Idol's hit My Bag.